Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about how my OCD has been affecting my ability to read. So I haven't posted a lot recently. It's not related to my inability to read right now. It's because I'm going through like a softcore reboot. This is unscripted, so I'm just going to kind of flow of consciousness talk, and it might be a complete mess where nothing makes sense. I don't know, I'm just going to kind of spitball, I guess. So I've been a big reader my whole life. I was pretty good at it. It's probably the one thing I could say I was best at. I did kind of lose sight of books for a while there. I got into Funko Pops and I didn't have the room or the money for those and books, so I dedicated my time to collecting Funko Pops instead, and I stopped reading there for a little while. But the point is that I've always read. Even when I stopped like really collecting books and really reading them a lot, I would still pick up the occasional books. I've been like finding my passion for reading again. I started this channel and I was fine, but since about February I've been struggling quite a bit to read. Sometimes now I find myself having to reread sentences multiple times to make it sink in, and towards the end of I started having to do that a lot. I couldn't really concentrate to read the same lines over and over. I still can for the most part, but it's this weird thing in my brain and I'm going to do my best to explain it. So it's like I can't focus on the words. I've had this theory for a while now that I could potentially have ADHD just because I procrastinate like a champion. I can't pay attention for anything. Like, I can zone out really easily, and so I don't know, I've just been working with the theory that potentially I could have ADHD, which may contribute to it, I don't know. But it's like I'm reading the words, I might be paying attention to them, but it's not sticking in my brain for some reason. I don't know why. Even when I am paying attention, like, I'll read the words and sometimes I might even think something, like a character may say something and I'll read it and I'll think in my head like mood. So what they said, like, I understood, but then my brain's like, go back and read it again just in case you read it wrong or whatever. It also doesn't help that I find myself now occasionally reading the words wrong. I'll read a word a certain way and it won't make too much sense in the sentence, so I go back and I find out that I read like friends as fiends or something, which brings me to my sponsorship with Best Fiends. No, I'm just kidding. That literally made me lose my train of thought. So I'll read what they're saying, I'll understand it, but I still feel compelled to go back and read it again. It really sucks. It's almost like I'm trying to memorise it, even though I've never felt that before, and reading has always been as effortless for me as breathing, really. I think there's that OCD part of me that feels like I need to remember everything. Like, I've never really felt that before, but now, I don't know, because like I said, it was effortless for me. So the words were just, you know, I'd just be able to comprehend them fine. But now it's like I need to picture everything. I need to remember everything. I need to know what colour the character's shoes are. I need to know what toppings they have on their sandwich. I need to just remember everything. And so it makes me like feel like I have to remember and concentrate on it too much, I guess, and just compulsively need to reread. I never go back and reread like whole chapters or whole paragraphs. Well, sometimes paragraphs, but never whole chapters really. So I found an article from somebody, I'll link it below. They talked about the same thing. Theirs lasted for about 2 years, where they just had this hellish need to reread everything. And the way they got through it is they didn't stop reading, and so that's my plan. It would be super easy for me to stop, but if I do stop, then I'll get even worse. So to beat this, I think I need to just keep reading, like not let it get me, you know. I am kind of preparing for this for the long haul because, like I said, I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself so much. Like I said, this is unscripted, so it's all just like a sit-down conversation. But this lady said that hers lasted 2 years, so I'm prepared for this to last about that long as well. I don't expect it to really go away anytime soon, but I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna push past it, hopefully, and hopefully one day reading will be as easy for me again. And I know it's so easy to say, like, well, don't reread it, but it's a compulsion. It's obsessive compulsive disorder. It's a need. I just kind of made this video to like explain the situation, explain what's going on, and potentially help other people if they're going through it. Just to be kind of informative and open up potentially a conversation about this. I don't like saying that because nobody's gonna watch, and so I'll be like, let's start a conversation, and you'll just be like, you'll hear something. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Thank you for watching. I hope this wasn't too much of a mess. I hope this made sense. I hope you maybe got something out of it. Any advice, maybe, if you've been through something similar that could be helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.